If the Supreme Court had ruled differently today, there would be tens of thousands of babies born every year in the United States who are stateless.
So this morning, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 in favor of upholding birthright citizenship. What's your initial reaction?
My initial reaction is relief. In my opinion, it was absolutely the right conclusion that the 14th Amendment guarantees citizenship to anyone born here in the United States, subject to some slim exceptions, right? Children of foreign diplomats, etc. The Supreme Court is saying, or at least the majority is saying, that the 14th Amendment means what it says.
So what do you make of the dissents? 6-3 split is pretty close ruling on a matter that seems to be stated pretty plainly in the 14th Amendment of the Constitution.
Yes, I do find the concurrence especially to be concerning. So it was a 6-3 decision finding that the executive order curtailing and restricting birthright citizenship is unlawful. But only 5 of the justices found it to also be unconstitutional under the 14th Amendment. So Kavanaugh's concurrence, he agreed with the ultimate judgment because Congress has essentially codified the 14th Amendment in statute, and he's saying the executive order violates that statute. But it doesn't necessarily violate the Constitution, and he specifically, mentioned and said, and the dissents go into this as well, that Congress can change that, right? It's a lot easier to change statute than it is the Constitution.
So do you think this is it for Trump's attacks on birthright citizenship? Or is there concern that there could be another strategy or another way for this administration to undermine it?
I think we should always anticipate another way that Trump is going to go after immigrants, and especially this huge issue of birthright citizenship. So while I'm very happy about today's win, I think that we shouldn't rest on our laurels, so to speak. And certainly there could be a legislative movement to create a law that says the opposite, right? That does restrict what many people, and 5 justices at least, think the 14th Amendment says. So what could happen, right, is Congress could pass a new law restricting birthright citizenship, and then the issue gets back up to the Supreme Court to rule on the constitutional issue again. And depending on the composition of the court, right, we could have a different outcome.
So zooming out, connect the attack on birthright citizenship to the wider anti-immigrant strategy coming out of this administration.
I think that this was a key part of their strategy. They came out swinging with this executive order on day one. So it's great to see a blow to this strategy overall. But of course, it would be limiting people who are able to get U.S. citizenship. It would be if the Supreme Court had ruled differently today, there would be tens of thousands of babies born every year in the United States who are stateless. And it also put a lot of fear into people's hearts who are already here about losing their citizenship. And so I think it's all part of, at the very least, this kind of fear and scare campaign to try to get people not to immigrate or to leave or to feel unsafe in